This is a collaborative discussion amongst three friends.
You are a bandwagon Swiftie.
Wow.
LaCroix.
How have you never had a Choco Taco?
Well, I don't know what a Choco Taco is.
Do you do MMA? Because you're really wide.
So tell me, what's in your beverage center?
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, my eye twitch isn't bad right now.
Let's talk about the process. How are we going to help you obtain the best home at the best possible price, terms, and conditions that we can? Boom! Welcome to Shootin' the SHT, real banter with Nick and JT from the Slocum Home Team, brought to you by Shore & Bank. Welcome to episode 28. Gentlemen, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I feel very underdressed today.
Oh, yeah. I'm Fox Mulder from X-Files, Special Agent Fox Mulder. One of our favorite shows that Laura and I have been watching recently from 20 years ago.
I could never get into the X-Files for some reason. No.
Did you try?
I tried a couple of times, but at that stage in my life, it wasn't something that was very appealing to me.
It's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that we would have liked it either because we started watching it this year.
Okay.
And I'm 32. My wife is, I won't say how old, 2 years older than me. So do the math.
My wife's 2 years older too.
Yeah?
A year and a half.
Rob the cradle a little bit. So, but yeah, we didn't think.
You guys married Cougs.
Yeah, total Cougs. But yeah, so we weren't sure because it is a very strange show. And I think a lot of people watch it on they watch the reruns on TV. So they see maybe it's like a crapshoot which episode you see, if it's going to be absurdly strange or something with a little bit more of a plot. So we started from the very beginning. And we find David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, who plays Scully. She's gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're both just like, they're dynamite together. They're a great duo. So it's a really fun like police procedural with weird sci-fi elements and perfect Halloween TV show.
Did we miss the memo about dressing up for Halloween at work today?
I didn't get the memo.
I didn't either.
Oh, I thought it was like assumed, but I wore something pretty inoffensive because I do have a photo shoot later tonight, so I figured I could take the name tag off and still be in a big old
oversized suit.
You look great. I mean, it's a new fit. I think the baggy's coming back, isn't it?
I'll tell you, man, I've worn a lot of different styles of suits, and I like a more fitted look, but this is the most comfortable suit I've ever had.
Wow.
And I've got it from Savers. I've got this whole outfit for, I think, maybe $35.
Lauren, baggy's coming back, right?
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Baggy clothes?
Yeah, look at your pants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know about suits.
No,
and
I
those
think so.
collar buttons.
If you look at like GQ,
those are not coming back.
Like,
Don't
Google,
talk shade.
if you go to like GQ's website for like in trend stuff, it all looks like all massive baggy. I'm like, that's strange.
Yeah, it's coming back around.
Yeah,
that makes me feel old.
What am I going to do with all my skinny jeans?
You should just stick with it, or maybe not. I mean, I've seen those legs, those tree trunks. Jesus,
You're built strong like an oak.
That's it. So Nick, today's your favorite holiday, right?
One of my favorite holidays. Yes,
Yeah.
probably number like 13 or 14 on the list.
Of 13?
So, yes.
Yeah.
So
Why do you hate Halloween so much?
I don't hate Halloween. It's just I don't get into it at all. I mean, I had my heyday with Halloween and had some memories I'd like to forget on Halloween. But
Ooh.
Scars.
Red alert.
That's
Red
why.
alert.
Okay.
This never was something I really got all that into for sure. I mean, college you do your thing, but I mean, after that, it's fun with the kids and whatnot. But it's definitely far down the list for me on holidays.
Yeah, so my wife and I have been talking about how holidays that when we were kids, holidays when you have children, they become again much more fun. You know what I mean? Like it reignites that. For us, like our obsession with Halloween is usually rooted in film. So like I love horror films, but also it's kind of a way of, I think, to us maintaining that childlike wonder and fun. Like it dissipates a little bit as you get older, and that flame kind of gets extinguished a little bit. And I think that's really sad. That's like one of the great tragedies of life.
This is deep.
I did dress up and go to a Halloween party though for the first time in years. And
wow.
It was a banger.
Did you have fun?
I had a great time.
Good.
Had a lot of fun. Had probably too much fun, but it was a good time.
I see it on the evening news.
I think you're right though. Like last weekend we carved jack-o'-lanterns. Hudson wants to light it every night this week. Brings
I
that
saw the
back.
photos. That was cute. Yeah.
He's all about it.
Hudson's a cute kid.
What are you
Last
dressing
year.
up as tonight? You told me you were dressing up to go out with the kids tonight. What are you going to be?
So Hudson wanted Hudson and Henry to be minions, and then so I'm going to be Gru.
Nice.
And Jen's going to be Lucy.
I could see that. You get a shave though, buddy.
No.
You put a ball cap on or something.
No, I do have the bald cap that comes down with a big nose.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
But I'll
You
touch
should have
it.
just shaved the head this morning, your haircut, and just going right for it.
Nope.
Why not? I mean, you're going to have to eventually. You might as well get used to it.
No, I'm not.
Why not? You're not thinning a little bit up there?
Nope.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it either.
No,
Yeah,
I'm holding
you're
strong.
holding
You could have
strong.
played along with me and been like, yeah, you're probably gonna.
Oh, yeah. No, totally, dude. You're losing
Jesus.
it.
All right, let's get rolling.
Anyways.
Halloween, yada yada. All right.
Man.
I don't even know if I'm at the age now. My kids are like, I'm going out with my friends without you. I'm like, nothing.
You're just going to be the old guy sitting at home watching the news, handing out candy.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, what's the right way to answer the door? Happy Halloween? Because my first year doing it, I said trick or treat, and I'm like, oh, that's not my role. That's on them.
I always
Yes.
open the door and say, "Hail Satan."
Ooh.
That's usually what I do.
I don't know if that's a good move for the real estate business. So, speaking of real estate, we just got back from Miami. Miami. Had a great time down in Miami. We took 7 of us total, including John and myself, down to EXPCon. And just got back. Great time. Any top takeaways or thoughts on our Miami trip, Jonathan?
Well, it was a great time with the team. We had a special fast forward mastermind one day, and then the main conference. There was a lot on action, thinking bigger, setting big goals, and taking action. Because if you don't take action, nothing's going to change.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
So, a lot on AI, a lot on, I know Nate loves AI.
It's all about it.
A lot on AI, a lot on mindset. The fast forward movement was definitely a highlight for me, not unexpected. So it was a fantastic way to kick it off. I know Dan Beer brought the fire to end that session. That was fantastic.
I was straight fire.
Who's that? Dan Beer?
One of the
Dan
founders
Beer.
of the fast forward movement.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yep.
I knew that.
That was really good. Had a good time with the team. Good team bonding.
Absolutely.
Had some interesting evenings, lovely dinners.
Yeah. Wyclef.
Yeah. Wyclef
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. Private party with Wyclef John at
What?
Live Nightclub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? What was your favorite restaurant you guys went to?
Favorite restaurant?
Did you have Cuban food? You have
No,
to.
we
while you're on
did
Miami.
Mexican, and then we did Italian. And what was the other one that we? I was alone. I was with other people, so I went out to a dinner with some friends of mine. Otherwise,
Some friends of yours?
friends of mine,
At an Italian restaurant?
not friends of ours, friends of mine.
You mobbed up?
No,
Like, went
So,
with the family.
What was the name of that place? Mila, I believe it was. That was a very, very good meal.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that I was with, they were very generous, and essentially the waitress came over, and it was supposed to be family style. We kind of missed that memo, I think, or she might have said it, and we just went the other way. But he's like, "What are some of your favorite appetizers?" She listed like 7 of them, and he's like, "All right, bring all of them, and then also bring all of these sushi rolls." And then we all ordered meals that were supposed to be like family style individually. It was just like plates after plates after plates. It was.
The bring 'em all is a power move.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
such a power
It
move.
really is.
Just bring 'em all.
Yep. And,
Meanwhile, I DoorDashed pizza between. We ended up having 3 parties that night. So I DoorDashed pizza. Everyone changed between the second and third. So we just DoorDashed pizza and housed it in the lobby.
That's awesome. That's what Miami's for, man. I went for my 30th birthday. It was a blast. Loved Miami. Yeah, good time.
Yeah.
But at Mila, I hope I'm saying that right. I think it's Mila. I had this miso cod. Oh my god, so good. It was very, very delicious. So that was a great meal. Then we went over to Live Nightclub, and John, let's just say, stole the show.
Did you dance, Jonathan?
We all danced.
Yeah. Sure.
If you could call it that.
Yeah.
We all danced. You didn't see
You
the
too.
photo? Oh, I got down, Nate.
I didn't see
Oh,
photos.
I have a good photo of Nick.
There's
I cut-
receipts of
I
this?
Cut up the,
Oh, yeah.
Cut the rug. Is that the saying?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to play.
saying.
We won't play the videos, but
Yeah, don't play that.
yeah, no, I have some.
You've got
pictures in there.
receipts?
Here we go. It's Nikki.
Oh boy! Yeah, his hands are up. He's having the time of his life.
Oh yeah.
Having the time, like he's on a roller coaster.
Oh yeah. He was enjoying himself.
Wyclef was fantastic. You
It
know,
was. That was a good time.
That brought me back to my middle school days. You know, the Fugees came out. John was probably still in diapers, but
The Fugees.
I'm older than Nate.
Killing
Keep
Me
that in mind.
Softly. That's true. Yeah, but I remember that song. My mom loved the Fugees.
oh yeah, so it was good stuff. I had a lot of fun. He played a lot of other stuff too beyond his own hits. He brought the fire. It was
did.
fun. It was a good
Yeah.
time, and it was a very interesting evening. John had a lot of fun. The next morning was a little late for us, but it was. You know, it was a good time. And then back to the conference, EXP rolled out a lot of new tools, technology, new programs, sports and entertainment luxury division, new AI assistant called Mira, EXP Hub, lots of great stuff coming out.
Now in 32 countries.
32 countries.
Added 5 more.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was cool. It was really my first
Yeah.
conference experience as part of a bigger entity, you know, kind of having that similar shared mission goal, camaraderie, things along those lines. So
Yeah.
it was was fun to kind of be part of that. It was definitely the hype train going, and it was the laser beams flying everywhere and the music. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah,
Cool.
back on the plane tomorrow.
Back on the plane tomorrow. We are headed to Las Vegas. Going to be a good time. So we are going to Zillow's Flex. What is it? Flex
It's
Experience.
Flex, then unlock.
And then unlock. So there's one day for top Flex teams, and then there's another day for
2 days.
Zillow. 2 days for Zillow's Unlock conference. So super excited about that.
5 nights in Vegas together. What can go wrong?
No, nothing
my
at all.
God.
So I was sick on last Saturday, and then had a couple of went to the Halloween party, and
Got everyone else sick.
probably
also
created a super spreader. Yeah.
He was also packed like a sardine in Live nightclub.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, every time I've gotten, just about every time I've gotten COVID, it was from going down to Florida. So yeah, like all 3 times I went, I got COVID. So.
I don't think it was COVID. I never had like a fever or a headache. It was just a little common cold.
cold.
I know the common cold doesn't exist anymore, but I think I got it.
I think it still does.
And already feeling better, so, to go get probably something else in Vegas. So looking forward to that.
Fantastic.
So we had Chris Grant on the interview. Speaking of Tom Ferry, we met Chris originally at the team leader retreat last year.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of bummed we're missing this year, but
That was
it
a
is
good
what
one.
it is. It's the same
good
week
time.
as Zillow Unlock, so that's coming up. But yeah, we met Chris at the team leader retreat. I met him at Fields Ranch on the driving range, and Chris was a bundle of energy, great time to be around, and absolutely enjoyed my time spending the time I spent with Chris on the golf course and afterwards. We shared a couple of cigars and great conversations with him and Luke and whatnot after that. So yeah, it was fantastic. So Chris is one of Florida's top agents, team leader of the Grant team, a powerhouse operation out of Southwest Florida that's ranked in the top 1% nationwide. Chris has built an incredible business rooted in structure, leadership, and a relentless drive to grow. From his start as a bartender who got talked into real estate to now running a 25-agent independent brokerage closing over $150 million in volume this year alone, Chris's story is packed with lessons on scaling the right way, leading through change, and building a culture that wins. John, take us into the interview, will you?
All right, let's take it up with our interview with Chris. In this conversation, we dig into how his team recruits and retains talent, the marketing systems behind their massive listing machine, and why consistency, not just hustle, is the real superpower behind sustained growth.
Let's jump in.
All right, today's guest is someone I met through the Tom Ferry world, though we've never really talked shop before we met. We got our teeth kicked in at the golf course out there at Fields Ranch. That was a lot of fun, but Chris is a native of Southwest Florida, a diehard Pats fan, so he's basically part of our crew already, and leader of one of the top producing real estate teams in the region. Chris Grant runs the Grant Team, a top 1% sales organization that blends deep local roots, elite service, and a relentless focus on results. Welcome to Shootin' the SHT, Chris. How's it going, man?
Really good, fellas. Thank you for having me, man. What an intro.
I know, huh? Absolutely.
Hey, you're like the best hype man ever. We gotta hang out.
I love it. So yeah, we got a chance to know each other out in Texas last year. That was fun. First time I met you was on the range at Fields Ranch, and that was quite the day, huh?
That's where we fell in love. Hot day, not the best golf.
That's for sure.
So
I'm excited to watch the PGA there. I think it's next year or the year after, but that'll be cool to see them play there. But that's cool.
For sure.
All right,
They should play a little better than us.
I would think so. So let's jump into it, Chris. Let's start with your story. So how'd you break into real estate? What got you from solo agent to running one of the most productive teams in Florida?
So bartender after working in professional baseball, and real estate agent approached me, said, hey, you'd probably make a better real estate agent than bartender because you stink. And hey, I'm in charge of all these REO accounts. He had a relationship with Bank of America, paid for me to get my license, quit his team, went solo, built a SEAL team around me, big listing agent, big production, and just said, I want more than this. I feel like I got something to share, and started the team from there.
Nice. When did you start the team?
Team started about 2019, right before COVID.
Cool. And to backtrack a bit, what did you do in professional baseball?
I did marketing, big ticket sales and stuff like that for the Cleveland Indians. I skipped my college exams, went out to Vegas for the winter meetings, and got hired.
That's cool. Did
Sounds
it
like a
kill you
good
to work? Now, are you a Sox fan too, or just a Pats fan?
No, Sox fan. I'm actually originally from Mass. Moved down to Florida when I was
Yeah.
younger, but yeah. So they didn't want to hire me.
That's
That that's awesome. So moving it to real estate, you have a great team that performs year after year, one of the top teams in the area. How do you keep it all together? What's your secret sauce there?
Adderall, coffee. No, I mean we got a great crew. We got a great crew. So just being structured, keeping everybody organized, right? Like highest and best use of our time. And it's no secret. We've got great leadership, and as you guys know from running such a great organization, you can't do it without having great people.
absolutely. So speaking of that, Chris, what's the structure of the team look like these days? How's that all laid out?
So team leader, we're about to we've got one sales manager, director of sales, operations, working on hiring a third TC right now, listing coordinator, and we're about to hire an additional sales manager right now.
Nice. And how many
Yeah.
agents do you have?
We're at 25 right now, and we're in the process of onboarding. I think we just signed up 3, and we're onboarding 1 or 2 right now.
Damn, that's awesome. We gotta
Awesome.
we gotta talk more about some of those secrets. Did I see online? And now I'm definitely going off script here, but did you go to the KFR ranch? Did I
I
see you out there recently?
I did, man. My director of sales and I went out there. It was awesome.
That's cool. Good experience though.
Great experience, man. Great experience. Just get laser focused on recruiting and just learning, some additional things, right? Like we're like you guys, growth minded, always need to be learning, changing, growing. So it was perfect, man. I loved every bit of it.
Cool.
What has
That's
that
cool.
trajectory been like in the last year or so for you?
Jeez. So my director of sales, Eric, he came on about a little over a year ago, and I think we were like 9 or 10 agents back then. And we went independent. My only broker I've ever worked for passed away. They sold the company, so we said now's our time to start our own. So yeah, man, we've been adding agents ever since. Recruiting's really been a focus of ours, and just doubling down on that.
It's awesome. Now, Chris, share a little bit of background. Like I saw some insane sales numbers. Like what are you guys doing right now for volume, units, things along those lines? I mean, your Zillow profile was bananas.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. It's been great. Like I said, we couldn't do it without the team. I've stepped out of production a lot. Again, before I was heavy on listings. We got a listing division, and then the buyer side of it. So yeah, year to date right now we've got 433 sales. We're at like 100 and over 150 million. Yeah, man. So already eclipsed last year. We've got about 75 pending right now. So monster year.
Decent year, I'd say. Yeah.
Congrats.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So on the intake form, Chris, we kind of talked about like what's your superpower, what do you love to do, what's your specialty, and you mentioned marketing. So I'd love to jump in more on that, talk a bit about strategy. So what does marketing look like for you guys, specifically when it comes to listing, like pre-listing, the post-close? Like what's that marketing system look like?
Pre-listing, down in Southwest Florida, older age demographic, print advertising works. So we've got several different farms, mailing to those people twice a month, just keeping them informed. It's more so like proactive, right? Like, so a lot of just listed, mixing in the just solds as we get closer to season. Our season's completely different than New England, right? January, February, March, April. So we mix in the just solds, kind of telling a story behind the sale and doing market updates as well. So right now, this time of year, on average, about 2 mailings. It'll be 3 mailings a month here very shortly. As far as like attraction goes, we've got Zillow Flex. So, they give us a lot of great sellers there. And a number of other online referral lead sources. We've got great people like yourselves that refer us business, and a lot of repeat referrals. So, expireds, FSBOs in this market, still a big part of our business, believe it or not. And so yeah, those have been huge for us. Fellow, I'm not sure if you guys use Fellow at all. Google LSA, Google My Business, really big.
That's awesome. How about marketing of listings? Can you tell us a bit about your marketing plan there?
Yeah, absolutely. So we kind of cater it to every person and their need, right? Different subdivision, different seller, different buyer, different needs, right? So we try to cater it depending to the avatar that we're looking for. And every single listing, reading on the intake form, every single listing is going to get professional photography, right? Like it's just if you're looking online, not only to attract the buyer, but if you're looking to attract other sellers, you got to have attractive marketing. And if they see you out there, if they see you advertising, then organically they're going to come to you, right? So just, having those signs in the ground, having professional photography. But when we're doing the actual marketing, a lot of outreach, right? Like if you guys are in our market top team, right? We're going to have conversations with you, with your team, individual agents, that are selling in those areas, seeing if it would be a fit, checking our database, checking with our agents, seeing if any of their buyers would be a fit, and just getting it out there. Zillow Showcase been really, really good for us as well. And yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about the stuff, but that's stuff that seems to be working for us right now. As you know, it always changes.
Absolutely. Now you're doing a lot of video on listings. Like I think I saw on Zillow. What's your average price point look like? It's not incredibly high or anything. It's like only luxury, right?
My personal production's a bit higher. Mine's like 2.5 times the local average. The team average, I want to say, is about 450. That's slightly higher than what the market average is here in Southwest Florida.
Very similar to us. I mean, our median price point is just about 500,000 right now. So when it comes to marketing, Chris, are you doing anything different for luxury versus homes around that median price point? Are you kind of treating everything the same? Like, what's that look like for you?
Not every single listing, depending on price point, not every single listing is going to get like a Zillow Showcase, right? So that's, the exposure there is going to be a little bit different, different types of videos, things that we're going to be doing to back it up, in terms of pushing it out there, Google AdWord keywords, trying to get it out there. So there's a few different things that we're doing on the luxury side, but again, it really depends on the client, the price, and the avatar of the buyer that we're looking for.
You had a huge
Yep.
sale recently, right? I think I saw a story online. One of your agents had a massive one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man, wild. So check out this. So girls on a team, separate team, local girl, local team on the team for 1 year, didn't have one sale, and so she comes in for the interview. Great person. We hire her, and she's got like 10 sales, and I think like maybe like 4 pending. This is one of them, 4.6.
Wow. That's awesome. Good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah,
That's
man.
fantastic.
Yeah, happy for her. Like nice girl, man. Works it. She multiple offer situation, and she knocked it out of the park. So I love to see it.
That's cool.
Love that. So how are you tracking the ROI of these efforts with all your different marketing avenues?
We use Zissou. For my personal production, I'm old school, right? I use Excel.
That's cool. Now, is your whole team on Sisu, or is it just kind
Yeah.
of the admin side? Okay, nice.
Yep.
Is that tying right into follow-up boss for you as well?
Yeah, correct.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys using Zissou?
So we did in the past. We're actually moving back to Sisu here shortly. So we're in the process of setting that all up as we speak, actually. So I'm
Nice.
excited to be back on the platform. I loved it. I missed it. So I'm pumped to be back on Sisu for sure.
Nice.
Your agents must love that for the goal setting, the tracking, and keeping a tab on their business all year.
They love it, man. And you know what? They you got some killers in there. They love the scoreboard. They're looking up and they're like, damn, it's a team effort and we all support each other. That's what's so beautiful about the whole thing and this team. And it's kind of unique compared to some of the other teams, in the area and throughout the nation that I speak with. They're like, how do you guys have that cohesiveness? Our agents will see up on there. They're like, wow, Mark is beating me or Mallory's beating me. I had, his or her number all year and they just put, 5 on the board so far this month. Like I got to catch up. So it's great. The scoreboard is great for that.
Buddy, I actually spoke on a panel last night for our local YPN network. And I was talking on AI, but a new agent came up to me afterwards and we're talking and he's like, hey, I'm brand new to the business. I'm looking for a team to affiliate with. And he was like, but I don't know if I have the right kind of mindset or attitude for this business because I'm super competitive. I was a college athlete, this and that. And I'm like, man, like I think being competitive is one of the best traits that you can have in this business. I mean, I'm the same way, and I definitely think, if you're just here kind of, testing the waters, so to speak, and don't care if other people are outperforming you, you're never going to get to the levels, of an elite agent, that's for sure. So I think
Yeah.
being competitive, having that experience, whether it be sports or military or whatever it might be, but having that, that internal drive, so to speak, is one of the best traits an agent can have, no doubt.
Yeah,
So,
man. In my experience, great team players, a lot of self accountability and whatnot, know what it takes to be part of a team and know what it takes to be part of a successful team. Those are the best agents we could possibly have. And having conversations with teams around the nation, a lot of their leadership, is composed of people that were, an athlete in college, moved on into production, and then got into leadership.
love it. I love
Absolutely.
it. All right, cool. So, kind of wrapping up the marketing side, Chris, if you were to rebuild your entire listing marketing strategy for 2026, what would you double down on first? What's the one thing that's driving activity for you more than anything else?
What would I double down on? We dabble in a lot of different things, but what's really, really working for us right now? I would double down I think, on the lead attraction and really double down on like the AI and whatnot. Just making things a lot easier. We've always had like an ISA team and put a lot of value on that. A lot of the things that I've been learning and the things that we're starting to implement from my AI, from a lead attraction standpoint, is doing a lot of the work for us, and we're just having that much more of a reach. So from the listing attraction side, I would say that. From the actual marketing side, if I was going to build it out right now, I think I would start with what is going to give me the most reach. So I think I think continuing with video. I think continuing with video. What are your thoughts?
So it's a good question. So I know we definitely want to kind of enhance our marketing plan in 2026. I was looking at just like the metrics of our posts, and like the static just listed, just sold posts are by far and away our least performing options. So I know like Nate on the background, who's not on the mic right now, but he does a great job. He does like short form reels on all of our listings, and those get a ton of traction, good ton of activity, good amount of shares. And definitely, I would agree with you. I think video, carousels, movement, those types of things is what people want to see nowadays. I think the old headshot in the corner, just listed, like that's just a dead way to market a listing, in my opinion. But I do love to hear your thoughts on direct mail too. Certainly that's worked for us in the past, but the ROI is always tough to turn it over. I feel like in the random 300 houses around our neighborhood. But if you're actually just doing, I think direct mail more to the same audience, like in a farming effort over and over again, it's probably going to have the best chance of success, in my opinion. So when you talked about direct mail, Chris, what size audience are you sending those that direct mail to each and every month?
Right now, we're mailing to approximately 15,000 people twice a month.
Okay, wow, that's awesome.
And yeah, but there's a lot of other things behind that, right? Like it's having signs in the ground. It's having your Google My Business profile built out. It's having Fellow. It's just knowing that you're that agent of trust that's in that community. So it gets kind of hard to track, right? Like we don't even have a phone number on our billboard, but it serves as a reminder, right? They're driving back from Publix. They see in your case, Stop and Shop. They're driving back from Publix and they see the billboard. They get home, they open up the mail, or, they see our postcard, right? In the process, they might see their neighbor's for sale sign, for one of our signs in the ground, and they're getting some type of something from Fellow in their email. So, I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot of those things. Just having those touches. If you're hitting them three different times, three different ways, then you're going to be successful.
Nice. So you like Fellow? You mentioned that a few times. It's
Yes.
been a good product for you. We haven't used Fellow yet. I've looked into it, but we haven't signed on as of now.
Yeah. The only thing is, I wish I would have started it sooner.
Okay, good to know. We're using like YLOPO, Seller Report, stuff like that, but I've heard a lot of good things about Fellow for sure. So definitely something to look into for next year.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Chris, to get that kind of traffic with the signs, the postcards, the billboards, how focused geographically would you say is the bulk of your business?
It's kind of hard to say because it's like for my personal business and doing the farming and whatnot, mine's, everything's within like a half-mile radius of our office, right? So primarily in Punta Gorda, the bulk of our business, the majority of our business is going to be in Charlotte County, Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda, and in the surrounding areas from there. Not quite as much, but it's been cool to see it become a household name. It's been cool to see it become a household name, especially here, Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda.
Cool. Now, I'm pretty sure I read it. Your market is probably the market that has shifted the fastest back to a buyer's market and one of the strongest buyer's markets in the country, right? So how does that impact your listing strategy, Chris?
Yeah. So, fortunately for us, it's definitely still a buyer's market here, right? We've got approximately 7.5 months supply of inventory. So a lot of choices for buyers. During COVID, we were like the fastest growing seller's market. And then, due to unfortunate circumstances with the market, things changed for us. So for us, there hasn't been as much inventory that's come on this summer. So things are more stabilized. They're not going up, they're not going down at this point. So the absorption rates become a lot better. And the fact that not as much inventory is pouring on the market's been helpful as well.
Can you speak a little bit about how you trained your team to work through that shift? Like, I know I got in 2006, really full-time 2007. The Great Recession hit shortly thereafter. I learned in a buyer's market where I had 12, 14, 16 months of inventory.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of our team has never experienced a buyer's market before. So right now we're still hovering around like 1.5 to 2 months of inventory statewide. So like, how did you work your team through that shift? And what challenges did you face there?
On the list side or on the buy side?
Just the market dynamic changing in general, shifting so fast from a strong seller's market to a buyer's market.
A lot of our agents have gotten into the business within the past like 2-3 years, right? So looking back on it, 2022 is really when things started to get soft for us. And so a lot of the agents have been used to this type of market, right? It's just having those conversations with them, talking through with their clients by asking good questions and whatnot, by pushing through that. So largely our team has been used to this market. And I'm actually glad for that, right? Like I got started in 2009. So worst time you could possibly get in the business. And what I found is that a lot of those agents that, came in during the good times, right? 2020, 2021, they were a little bit spoiled. Those guys are having a hard time with the switch. So most of our agents are newer. So this is they're kind of on the upswing right now. So for them now, we're kind of shifting their focus from like trying to figure out somebody's motivation and timing and talking through all the inventory because they had too many options before. It's like you made an offer and you had 15 other offers to compete with. Now what we're starting to train to is like, okay, you see a big price reduction or a well-priced listing come on the market. Okay, now with the compensation, change in compensation, and then you have the multiple offer on top of that, it's like, man, we got to coach through these things. So we're actually starting to focus on those types of things where, before we were talking about, timing and motivation.
I know for us, it was like, we got to teach people how to do a price reduction. It was like something you never even saw before, simple things like that. But yeah, the market's always changing and it's, always got to put yourself in the shoes of the agent and their perspective and experience, no doubt. So
Yeah.
Cool.
So Chris, I know you talked about Zillow, big Zillow Flex team. What would you say are your top 3 lead sources overall?
Zillow Flex would be number one. It's approximately 30% of our overall business right now. So that's huge. I'm actually using a cheat sheet as I look at this. I'm looking at my nerdy Excel spreadsheet. So Zillow is by far number one. And various other lead sources combined with, the buy side and the list side. Fellow is coming on very strong, and Fast Expert, Home Lights, GeoFarm's a big one. That's a big one from a volume perspective, not so much the transaction. Google's been really big for us, and repeat clients and referrals. So I'd have to go Flex number one, I think I'd have to go repeat client sphere number 2. And then I would say for number 3, I'd have to go GeoFarm.
Nice. Sounds very similar to us. I got a selfish question here, Chris. So one thing we've been struggling with Flex is we also have HomeLight, Fast Expert, OpCity, these other companies that charge these referral fees. Have you run into a lot of issues with, or any issues with having to pay multiple referral fees out on these transactions already in your system? They're coming back in through another lead source. You don't maybe not having that two-way conversation that you need to have a dispute. How are you guys working through that kind of stuff?
We've got some automation, and I'll link up with you guys on this. We got some automation in place now. So when a lead comes in, it sends us a notification and some tags and whatnot if they were already in the database, so that way we can dispute the flex fee. Same thing for HomeLight, Fast Expert, whatnot. And we've done a lot of things with sign calls. So when somebody calls a sign, they get Google Voice. And so there's that two-way communication. So using call action on a high level to be able to, have that communication to where it sends a text, right? And it's continuing to call until somebody picks up. So that way we can show that two-way communication.
That's awesome. We should definitely dive into that more.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, lifesaver. Lifesaver, and more importantly, a time saver, man.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Speaking, I want to go back for a minute. You've talked about farming and the postcards, and you mentioned telling a story. Can you share more about the kinds of stories you're telling? Because clearly something's working for you there.
Yeah, whether it be on an appointment or a piece of marketing, storytellers win. Storytellers win. It's wild. If it's a just sold, right? And maybe it was somebody that reached out via, a mailer that we had done, but they tried to sell with another agent. They were unsuccessful. They're looking for a new one. So just kind of telling that story. Hey, your neighbor's here on 123 Main Street. John was trying to sell with another agent, was on the market for 6 months. No offers, 5 showings, right? Once they hired us, we did XYZ. It generated this many views, it generated this many showings, this many offers, and we got it done in 30 days, right? So just being able to tap in, know what other people in the market are going through, right? Largely a buyer's market, and telling the story, like a lot of what these people are going through themselves, if their house is on the market or if it's something that's in their head. So being able to speak to that, And when I'm on an appointment, just being able to think about an experience that particular seller might have had and what we can do and back it up with proof and show them, hey, this is, this was the same type of problem that Nick had, and this is what we did. This was the result.
Of that. It's so important. I mean, tying it back to a story, and I know one of my favorite postcards we've ever done is instead of it just sold, but did you hear about your neighbor? I'm sure you've seen this with Tom at the conferences, and a QR code going over to a blog on your website with the entire success story on there. I mean, those are just gold. I love that. So
Yeah, it's huge, man. It's huge. People want to be informed, so.
Absolutely. So, Chris, can you speak to any lead sources that you thought would work out well for you but haven't? How quickly do you scrap? How long do you give something time to really flush out the kinks and determine whether or not it's going to be a good option for you going forward?
For me, there's some things, and I shouldn't say that I scrap them, because it's like, okay, am I doing enough? Right? Am I doing enough on these? Like, I would say Google PPC, not a very expensive lead source, but has it been productive to the level that we were hoping for, after having these people in our database a year or 2 years? No, it's underperforming. So it's like, okay, breaking those things down and saying, what could we be doing better? What are some systems or processes that we could be doing? So I can't say that I'm going to give up on something like a PPC. It's like I kind of look within, right? Like I blame myself. I'm like, I wasn't doing it enough.
Extreme ownership. Gotta love it.
Gotta be, man. Gotta be. So
cool. All right, let's move over to Zillow Flex. I think you came on to Flex around the same time we did, right? Earlier this year?
Yeah.
Nice.
December is when we launched, yeah.
Okay, so you were a couple months ahead of us for sure. So what advice would you give to somebody who's looking to become a high-performing Flex partner, Chris?
Man, be accountable. Make sure that your team's accountable, right? Like, hey, publicly traded company. They've got numbers that they want to hit. They don't care about excuses, right? So it's like, hey guys, like, are we doing everything we can? Kind of circling back to what we were just talking about with the underperforming lead sources. Hey, where are we failing this agent, or where are they failing their clients via Flex? What are some things that we could be doing? Are we, scripting everything with them? Are we building enough rapport? Are we doing the things that other teams aren't willing to do, right? Because Nick might reach out via Flex, and he might also jump onto Realtor.com. He might jump on to Google or HomeLight. So, like, what are we doing different from the other three agents that they're meeting? But I would say that the accountability and the tracking around that is so big, right? Tracking is what? Calls, conversations, speed to lead.
How is your team handling that from first time a Flex call comes in to appointment set, making sure it gets met? What is your process there?
Process from start to finish, the majority of ours are very much low hanging fruit. If you look at the average, I think we're right around like 60 or 65 days from the time that they reached out till the time that they went under contract. So it's that low hanging fruit, and it's just being there, getting in front of them, differentiating yourself, right? Like, are you sending a video, right? Send the video right after you make that connection. Offering some type of data or some type of information that they didn't know about, or trying to visit that. Like, hey, would it be helpful if I, brought a couple properties that aren't available on the market that are similar to this? Would you find that helpful? Right? So are you bringing something of value? Are you bringing something of value? Are you going to do what you say you're going to do? Are you communicating enough to where they trust you, right? You send the video, you send a confirmation text, you're sending the email confirmation through Follow-Up Boss. If you're doing all those things, number one, you're going to get in the appointment. And if you get in front of them, 87% chance that you're going to be the agent that they work with.
Sure.
Sounds familiar, huh, John?
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. You guys have anything to add to? You guys have anything I should add to that?
So no, we preach the video text constantly. That's a game changer for us. It always works if the agent's willing to do it. But give John kudos here in working through our coach. One of the things was exactly that. What other value can we give them that they don't have access to? So John, if you want to share more about the buyer's toolkit, what we developed there, and how that's impacted things on our end, certainly feel free to do so.
Sure. Yeah, so our coach, Chris, is Christy Jenks. We probably talked about that in Texas. But she was challenging us. One of our challenges was buyers calling in and figuring out that there was an open house, and then blowing us off and saying, I'm just going to go to the open house. So it was, how do we object to that, or how do we challenge that? And she said, what else can you offer aside from being the door opener? Because that's not really what we are. So we put together a buyer's toolkit, and our team has a list of things. But for example, it's telling that consumer right up front, I'm going to bring our buyer's toolkit, which not just has the MLS printout, but it has the sales disclosure form. It has the floor plans if they're available. It has a CMA, so you can go in knowing what the sales in the area look like. So if it's competitive, you can make an informed decision. Or we know if it's overpriced, where might we want to try to negotiate that. It has a checklist on tips to win a bidding war, and then a QR code to a blog on tips to win a bidding war. And it's just this whole list of value that we can bring with us when we meet them to provide, aside from just being the one to open the door. And that's helped a lot of our agents get in front of people as well.
Nice. Are you guys also going over maybe some things within that, like why they wouldn't want to necessarily go to an open house and deal with the listing agent, to just go see the house? Like, hey, look, that person, for us, when we're training agents, it's like, hey, look, if you get arrested and you got to go to court, are you going to use the prosecution as your defense attorney?
Exactly.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
do you guys have anything like that in there? I'm curious.
No,
We haven't yet.
good.
I certainly think one of the challenges here with how low inventory still is, we're often seeing agents say the only time to go look at a property is at the open house, which I think is incredibly stupid. The fact that you're not willing to open doors to, well-qualified and motivated buyers at any time is insane to me. But it's always a challenge of, just access. Believe it or not, we don't even use lock boxes here in the state of Rhode Island for the most part. We do occasionally from time to time, but in general, our showings are always listing agent accompanied, and it's just sometimes getting in is challenging. So sometimes the open house is the only option, but yeah, I think we could always do a better job of trying to promote those private showings when we can, for sure. Cool. So are you guys an enhanced market, Chris, or?
Yes. Yep.
Nice. How's your experience been with Zillow home loans and everything going forward on that side?
It's been good. I mean, it could be better, but just received the data the other day. So, within Southwest Florida, we're like on the podium for pretty much every new metric that we have out there. So, as you guys know, it's like, hey, what's your conversion based off of the amount of leads that you have? If a team got 2 leads last month, they convert 1, then that data's a little bit skewed. But yeah, man, being in the top 3 on all those, it's important to us, and just looking at it like, hey, it's a partnership. You're gonna give me 10 leads. Yeah. We'll feed you as well. So it's been good trying to get the agents, more so the experienced agents, on board with that, because they have their preferred lender. Trying to get them to introduce Zillow Home Loans, was a challenge, and it's something that we're continuing to work on.
That's, yeah. Were you enhanced from the start, from the get-go when you joined Flex, or was that after the fact?
Jeez, it seems like it was so long ago. I must be getting old. No, it wasn't enhanced from the get. It was
Okay.
shortly thereafter.
Okay, we went enhanced like the end of the summer, so it's all still pretty fresh to us, working through the kinks there and figuring out how to definitely optimize that whole system and structure.
Yeah, great.
Have your agents run into any challenges making offers with a ZHL pre-approval from other agents or sellers saying, I don't know who this is, I've never seen a Zillow approval before? Have there been any challenges with that?
Haven't come across that before. They've been great for us. Like they were in our office last Tuesday for our morning meeting. We went out for dinner after with the team and stuff, and they've been super helpful, right? Like, if you remember, and you guys are going through it right now, the busy times. How great was it when the lender would actually call the listing agent to kind of reassure them that everything's going to go smoothly? ZHL's done a great job of doing that. So we haven't gotten any pushback from our local market, from the listing agents and whatnot, saying, hey, I haven't dealt with Zillow before, or I got a problem with Zillow. We've been pretty lucky in that regards that we haven't come across that. If anything, I would say they do better than 99% of the other, Bobo LOs that are out there.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. That's
Yeah.
cool. Nice. So circling back to the team, Chris, you kind of shared a little about the structure. What would you say is one hire that totally changed the game for you?
I would say my sales director, completely different personality than myself, and we complement each other very, very well. I would say that was the best hire that I made. Not only for myself, like just having somebody else I can lean on, but the agents, right? Like, I'm not going to be for everybody. He might not be for all of them. I think that he's more for, his personality type is really good with the majority of them. But that was a game changer for me, man. And just being able to see their production pick up, per agent productivity pick up. And, having that coach in their corner, right? That's going to help them along the way.
Speaking of per agent productivity, do you have any like minimum standards or things along those lines, or how do you operate in that fashion?
Yeah. We're 2 closings per month, right? And like, hey, somebody might go on a vacation and have something personal come up. So maybe they only have 1, but they make up for it with 4 the following month. We're looking at 2 per month. 70% of our agents are far exceeding that. So
Nice.
It's been great.
That's cool.
And you're bringing on a bunch of new agents now. So how has your onboarding and training evolved, or what does that look like now?
Man, it was a pain before. It was like, it set you back, right? Like, remember when we were all individual agents, you're like pumped to get a new listing, but then guess what? It's going to set back your prospecting. It's going to set you back. You can't meet with as many people because you're inputting all this crap into the MLS and in your files. So it sets you back. We've done a lot of automation with it, and we're now using Trainual to where, hey, record a video, record some type of a training, if this, then that, putting it all in Trainual and having them watch those videos, take a test, review it with our director of sales afterwards, making sure that they actually internalize that information. And, just doing it once. Before, it was very taxing, right? It's pretty much a 2 week process.
Yeah.
So we've really
Absolutely.
duplicated ourselves, and that's helped our recruiting efforts.
That's cool. So what's
That's
working
awesome.
for you from a recruiting standpoint? Like, where are you finding the vast majority of the people you're bringing on right now?
It's a mix. I would say that it's a layup if you do the marketing correctly, right? Like if they just like a seller, like we had spoke about before, if they're opening your emails, if they see you on social media, if they're identifying with the story that we told behind one of the sales that an agent had, right? Maybe maybe the recruit identifies with the story that we told about John rather than Nick, or vice versa. So, I'm seeing right now that a lot of those agents that have been struggling because they're not getting the opportunities anymore, things are changing. A lot of those people that were productive agents, maybe they were selling 2, 3 homes a month, are now selling one or less, and they want to be busy. So, agents that are seeing the marketing that were either on a team that's underperforming or their brokerage isn't just giving them the opportunities, those have been by far the best recruits. They get off, they get in here, they get off to a great start. So I would say the smallest would be brand new agents to the business. I would say that. So largely people that were on other teams or brokerages that know SER marketing,
Cool.
experienced agents.
That's awesome.
Great. Yeah. So Chris, talking about operations, what is your growth edge? What do you see working there operationally for your team?
Well, I'm probably the wrong person to talk to because I have an operations manager, because I'm a
Got it.
typical sales guy where I'm just like in production, right? Like, what are we doing? What are we
Hold
doing?
on to your spreadsheets.
Oh my God, dude, squirrel, like what's the new best thing? So, no, operationally, just getting everything systematized, going through, making sure everything like is written down and planned out, having that playbook, it's been huge for us. That way, if something happens to one of the admin, right? If something happens with a transaction, then we got something to refer to rather than taking the time to go through that. Operationally, that's been huge for us, giving us a huge lift.
Nice.
It's
What's one
awesome.
thing you think most teams miss when it comes to a lack of growth? What's the secret sauce? If you had a guess there, Chris.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability. Accountability, recruiting, right? Like if you're not recruiting, you're dead. You can't expect to get more out of your top producers. You need to just continue to grow, and you need to continue to bring those people in. I'm a firm believer in competition. I think it picks everybody up. So, hey, maybe if you're an agent and you're okay doing, 1 to 2 deals, a month, and then you see this new guy, John come in and he's rocking it, right? He's putting 3, 4 on the board. You're like, crap, I got to step up my game. So, I think that a lot of teams miss that. I think a lot of teams aren't continuing to grow. They don't want to learn. They want to keep doing it the way that we were doing it 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Exactly.
So I think a lot of teams fail in those ways.
Recruiting's so important too. We're already feeling it with Flex. I mean, our connections have quadrupled since we started with Flex, and it's just like,
Okay.
oh my God, like we need more agents. We don't have enough agents to handle the leads that we have right now. So it's a constant battle to continually keep the fresh blood coming in, and as you mentioned, a rising. What's the saying there? It's going to improve
Rising tide
everybody's
raises
situation.
all ships.
Rising tide is. Thank you. Appreciate that, John.
Yeah, I got you.
Philosopher John coming in again. Thank you, Clutch.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. So, no, we definitely need to keep that pedal to the metal there for sure. So, cool. All right, let's jump into some personal stuff now. So, you mentioned you're a golf guy, family guy, but speaking of golf, has the game taught you anything about leadership or real estate or anything like that?
Gonna have good days, gonna have bad days,
Yeah,
man. You're gonna have good
absolutely.
days and bad days, and it's like, you know what? Make the best of that situation. Learn something from it. There's so many takeaways. It's not easy. You guys know that. Real estate's not easy. There's gonna be those ups and downs, and it's like, hey man, just as long as you're moving the ball forward, I think that you're gonna be in good shape. And it's like, hey, look, I might, might hit it off the fairway. I might hit it in the sand trap or something. and making a good play on, having a good strike after that and putting yourself in good position to win. It's like, okay, great. I can get through this,
I love it. And you got a young one at home too, right? Because your wife was pregnant when we were in Texas last year. Is that
Yeah,
correct? Yeah.
man.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she'll be 5 months next week.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
It's awesome.
Congratulations.
yeah, thanks guys. It's been
A lot
great.
of fun when you're trying to keep a business rolling with a young newborn at home, right?
It makes it a lot harder to get into the office early,
Yeah.
She's cute, she's loving, she's not hungry.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot harder to get into the office, man, but it's been a great experience.
That's awesome. Happy for you.
Great.
Thank you.
Love to
Thank
hear.
you.
So big win for the Pats the other night. What's your take on that? Are they going to the playoffs? Is Drake May our guy?
So huge win. I think everybody, rallied around each other. Stephon Diggs, obviously, huge night. He almost had, 150 yards. And I really feel like they were playing for each other on that game. Are they going to make the playoffs? I think it's a little bit too early to tell. I think the next couple weeks will really be telling us. I want to say yes. Am I going to say that we're going to win the division? I think that would be a stretch. I think it's a little bit too early to say that, but looking around at the other teams right now, I think that we're building something. So I think there's certainly the potential for that. If I had to say yes or no, I would say yes.
I would agree. If you look at that schedule, I mean, it's a pretty cream puff schedule there for the next 8 or 10 weeks. So hopefully we can rip off some wins, but I hope they don't have a little bit of a letdown after that Bills game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, man. Going into New Orleans, and I'm like, come on. Hopefully we can continue that momentum.
Absolutely. Good stuff. So what's one truth that you've learned in real estate that took you 10, 15 years to fully understand, Chris?
I would say one truth about real estate that took me a while to understand. I think that connecting with people and meeting them where they're at. I think after so many, conversations, so many appointments, getting belly to belly, figuring out what their needs are instead of like what I need to have happen, instead of being less results focused and just focusing on how I can contribute. So, I think the connection with them identifying their goals. So I'd have to say connection with them for sure.
So important. So important. So what's the upcoming conference schedule like? You got any traveling going on, even with the newborn at home, or what?
Yeah. We're actually going out to my buddy DJ and his wife Maggie and the baby. We're gonna go out to Pebble Beach in a couple of weeks, and then from there we're going out to Vegas for Flex.
Oh, that's awesome. We're going to be there too. So yeah, we'll have to catch up. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think we might be trying to get a golf round in on that Sunday if you're going to be there. So let me know if you want to tee it up.
Yeah, we fly in that Friday before. So
okay, cool.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I love it.
Have
Cool.
some
So
more
typically,
cigars.
yeah.
What's that?
Said have some more cigars out there.
Let's do it. Yeah, for
I
sure.
love it. Good stuff. So we usually close these interviews with like lightning round questions, rapid fire questions, some quick answers. So we'll start rolling here. So what's one book you think every real estate agent should read, Chris?
How to Win Friends and Influence People, for sure.
Haven't heard that one yet, but a good one. I love it.
Yeah.
Most underrated skill in real estate.
Underrated skill. Follow up.
The fortune is, that's for sure. Cool. So one question you wish clients asked more often.
Ask me.
Yeah.
What makes me different from the competition?
They think we're all the same, don't they?
What's your biggest real estate pet peeve?
The client side or from the agent side?
Anything.
From your eyes.
Rude agents.
Yeah.
Dude, we're all working towards the same goal. Don't be an a-hole.
There's plenty of them out there.
Yeah, I heard last night, put the cooperating back in co-broke, right? Like that is what it stands for. So
That's good.
we're all here with the same goal in mind. That's for sure. So
Yeah.
cool. Best advice you've ever received.
Be a better listener.
Love it. All right. Would you rather play 18 holes with Tom Brady and lose every ball, or sell $10 million listing and not be allowed to tell anyone?
Oh my God. Okay, great question. Gotta go with Brady. Gotta go with Brady. I'm sure he would be like the nicest guy about it, right? Like there'd just be a story to tell. Like, I'm not gonna believe it. I lost every ball. He was so gracious. So yeah, I gotta go with that. What about you?
I'd pick the same thing all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, I'd play 18 with Tom. That's for sure. Cool. So what's one thing that you believe about real estate, Chris, that most people do not? Some controversial take.
Anybody can do it. That anybody can do it. It's, hey, you just got to change yourself. I wasn't always organized. I was a people person, not organized, not structured. You know, you got to figure it out. Everybody can change and can learn those traits. And, you know, as long as they're willing to adapt.
You got to have the grit and the will to do it, right?
Yes.
Other than that, I love it. Good stuff, Chris. You've been an amazing guest. Thanks for coming on. This was a good time. I'm glad to hear you're going to be out in Vegas. Hopefully we can connect there. Let me know if you want to tee it up, but you've been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the pod. Really appreciate your time today, Chris.
Guys, appreciate you, man. Looking forward to linking up.
Absolutely.
So they're dialed in a geographic area, right?
Punta Gorda, yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
if I pronounced that right, but they certainly are.
Yeah.
And then they've had to deal with a much faster changing market, swinging back to a buyer's
Oh, yeah,
market than
big
we
time.
have. So I know, that was one thing I was interested in the podcast is how they work through
How they're
the
adapting.
shifting market. Yes,
Yeah.
because I'm sure it's coming to us sooner rather than later. You can already feel it out there quite a bit. So they're also big on accountability, using things like Sisu, scorecards, leaderboards. And as we mentioned in the past, I definitely believe you have to be competitive in order to be successful in real estate, in my opinion. So it's great to see them using those tactics and doing whatever they can to drive each other to new heights.
Yeah, love it.
Cool. All right. That's my big takeaways.
Sweet. Yeah.
Anybody else? Nate's like, can we get back to something?
Nate just wants to go to the
Real
wild
estate?
card and talk about sharks.
Just silliness. Yeah.
Wild card.
You ready? And
What is that?
That is terrible.
I didn't mind it. It was a little. It was.
no, it's like 80s. It's like a tape deck going in and then
so
some
it's like
80s
your
music.
suit.
Oh, shots fired. Go ahead. Let's do it.
I'm actually excited about these questions. I looked at them. I thought it was pretty good for John. It was
Huh?
almost like
Well,
he had creativity.
he had to slide that in there. What an
Oh, after you just insulted me. Now you're surprised that you're getting a little bit of karma.
All right, would you rather have to play 18 holes at Fields Ranch? That's where we played with Chris last year in Texas.
That's where I played with Chris last year.
So
Thanks for suiting these
Oh, that's
questions.
right. I wasn't invited that
specifically to
day.
me.
18 holes at Fields Ranch in a full suit every morning before work, or take every listing appointment wearing golf spikes and a caddy bib.
Easy. 18 holes in a suit every morning.
What the hell is a caddy bib?
I wore one to a Halloween party the other night. Would you like to see?
My God.
I did.
Let's look him on the back. That's good. I like that.
So you don't think
I
that
don't
would-
mind that. That looks comfortable.
Playing
It was pretty comfortable,
18, so you're walking 18 every morning.
Yep.
That's going to slow you down, cause delays to your day.
You're gonna be sweaty.
You're
It's gonna be
sweaty in a
terrible.
suit, then you're going to have to shower. Your suit's going to be trashed.
I mean, back
You're
in the
going to
day,
lose. You're going to lose like half of your day.
back in
at
the day,
least.
when the great game of golf was invented, they
People
played in
used to do that.
suits.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think maybe you should realize it's okay to be outside and get some vitamin D and possibly have a little perspiration.
I didn't know where it was
Feisty
going,
on
but
you.
that got really.
Yeah.
Ooh, arr.
That's nasty.
I like it.
I think you're going to lose like half your day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to sell less.
You just said I could play 18 holes at a championship golf course every morning, and then I could still sell real estate in the afternoon, evenings, and weekends.
That's pretty much what he does already. Hey, shots fired. I would go. I would do the suit for sure. I mean, I don't really play golf, but yeah, I like wearing a suit.
And I think with today's technology and clothing, like you could get one of those like air blazers from Twiller or something
yeah.
like that. You
Ooh,
could get
yeah,
very
that's nice.
lightweight
Synthetic
Yeah.
stuff, like
absolutely.
odor resistant,
For
all
sure.
that.
And I would look
Yeah.
classy as hell. So I mean, why not?
son. Hell yeah! What do you think, JT? You do it too.
Oh, I would definitely do it, but
Yeah,
I'd
okay.
like to play devil's advocate at least.
I
Have
like
some
it.
discussion.
I thought you
around
would
it.
have picked up the caddy bib.
You want me to go on listing appointments and spikes and a caddy bib?
I mean, it's all about your knowledge and expertise, not how you look, right? All right, that was probably the worst of the 4 questions.
Good.
It might be the next one's not great either, but the last 2 I'm excited for.
Would
Wow.
you rather have Zillow Showcase on every one of your listings, but spell your last name wrong forever, or never appear on Zillow again, but every listing goes viral on TikTok?
How are they going to spell my last name? Because my last name already, the way it's actually spelled, has some issues with it. So,
I like the first 2 questions are not tailored to me at all. They're probably tailored to other agents.
You'll enjoy the last 2.
Okay, cool.
all right, I'm going to go Zillow Showcase on every listing with my last name spelled wrong, because that's where the buyers are.
I agree. All right, well, that was lame. Anyways, would you rather have to wrestle a raccoon?
Did you use ChatGPT? Is that what you did?
No.
Yes, of course.
Off
Yeah.
the cuff.
Of course he did.
Would you
Oh my
rather?
God. Hey, think with your brain.
Hey, pay attention.
Okay.
Would you rather have to wrestle a raccoon for your car keys every morning, or fight off a flock of geese every time you try to get a coffee?
Before we answer, are there any ground rules?
No.
No ground rules?
Nope.
This is a tough one for me because I hate geese. I've been chased by geese before. I don't like geese at all.
So you have a fear of geese?
I don't like geese. They hiss and they come at you fast. I don't like it.
This is great.
Yeah. But then the reason why I asked about ground rules
They are
is
vicious.
like, do you know how when people go for a walk at night, they bring like a stick or a club just in case? Like, that was my ground rule. Because if I can carry around like a 9-iron, I'll take on the geese all goddamn day over the raccoon. Like imagine trying to hit a raccoon with a 9-iron.
Well, and it has your car keys.
And it has my car keys.
Oh, damn.
Or if I had a 9-iron, I can whack those geese anywhere I need to. So I'm going with the geese with a club.
I didn't know you had such a fear of geese.
I don't like geese. I don't like raccoons either.
Deep set fear of geese. This is great. I'm learning so
this
much.
Is great.
Geese can
Have
be
you ever
kind of
been
vicious.
chased by a goose?
Yeah, but I don't have like a fear of them.
Have you? Then you haven't really been chased by a goose. Maybe we should bring some geese over here, put them on the front lawn, and just tie John to the
in
deck.
the studio. Why not? We'll have our intern wrangle some up. They do hiss. I mean, if you stand your ground, usually you're fine. But I could see why you'd be a little, nervous about it.
Gonna have nightmares
They got
about
long
geese
necks,
now.
and that's scary.
I almost rather would face the white shark in the ocean than a goose outside.
Really?
Oh, I don't like geese.
You would rather face a shark. Hold
That's
on.
irrational.
You would
Now we're
rather
bordering on
face a
irrational.
shark in open water
Yeah,
than
they're
a
not looking
flock
for
of
you.
geese.
You just kind of redirect and
He
just
seems to
maintain your
think-
ground, keep
Just
eye contact.
redirect.
Just redirect, like as if.
Yeah,
what?
and all you have to do is shoo the geese away.
Like he's doing like an improvisational dance routine. Just redirect.
If I was in
Over
super
here.
clear water, a shark would not want to eat me.
Sharks don't go in super clear water typically, except if you're in like Florida. But even then, they'll eat your ass.
No.
Rest assured,
No.
they'll eat you.
I thought
Nope.
we were going to see a shark when
Have
we
you
were
ever
in the
seen
water
people
in
free
Miami.
dive with sharks? They do it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
So if you
but
can
that's not when
maintain-
they attack you.
No,
They
so that's
attack
what
you
I'm
when you're
saying.
on the surface, and they mistake you for prey. Usually.
Exactly.
And they feed those sharks first, so they're not
I'm
hungry.
sorry. So are you free diving a lot these
free
days?
di-
So you'd rather free dive with sharks than face a goose?
Yes, 100%.
Oh my god.
That is insane.
Nature's greatest
your
predator.
answers.
I would rather face a goose any day. Raccoons are vicious.
Yeah, I
they
don't
can
like
be.
raccoons.
Yeah, move.
They got
I'll
little
move the
opposable
geese away.
thumbs,
I'm going
too.
for my coffee. I'm not trying to get my car keys out of a raccoon's
A
claws.
raccoon will slap you and steal your girlfriend. Like rest assured, they don't mess around. They got opposable thumbs too. They're strong. Yeah, I'd take it down a goose any day.
They have strong opposable thumbs.
Yeah, dude, they can climb. Like, have you ever seen a raccoon climb? They hang down with one hand. They'll steal all your food from your bird feeder. They'll take the pie off your windowsill if you have one cooling. Like in a cartoon.
Pie
Do you
off
frequently
your
cool your
windowsill?
pies? What year is
Bro,
it?
it's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. I do that all the time. I bake many pies.
Really?
Don't doubt me.
Okay.
All right, these questions suck. All right, what's
they
the
don't.
That was
That
a good one. That was a
You
good
said
one.
you were
Yeah.
excited for him.
I was, but the way the answers, we got no debate.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, no, you're
I think
terrified of geese. We found that out.
I think that just made my day that you have such a fear of
I
geese.
don't like geese.
And I think it's insane that you would rather free dive with a shark
That's going in the
then-
intro. I don't like geese.
walk through a flock of geese.
I'm sweating. Okay, that's great. All right, I want to read the last one.
This is an easy one.
Would you rather have fingers that glow like glow sticks when you lie, or feet that honk like clown shoes every time you get nervous? Oh boy. I'd probably take the shoes, I think. I don't want glowing fingers every time I lie.
Does that mean you
do you
lie
lie
a
a
lot?
lot? Yeah.
I think he might lie a lot, actually.
You think so?
To you guys
All the time.
every day? No. I guess that's a good point, right? If you don't lie, if you don't have anything to hide, then
I don't. I'm
Okay, then
I'm
I'll take the
direct
glow.
as- so I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I gotta bleep that.
Family pod. Family pod.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Yeah. Now you made me seem like a bad guy.
You're a
I'll take
bad man.
I'm a bad man. I'm a big liar. No, I would rather take take the glow sticks then. But I don't get nervous a lot either,
I do get nervous occasionally, so I would definitely take the glow sticks
especially
as
around
fingers.
geese. Am I right?
I don't lie a lot. I'm not a big liar.
His clown shoes would sound just like the geese.
I probably would have,
It's true.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, sorry, boss.
All right, I'm going to say for the sake of argument, if you did get nervous and you did lie, I
At the
feel
same
like
time.
I'd take the clown shoes because then it's less. I mean, no, you could still hear it. It's pretty obvious, but at least your fingers aren't glowing.
So clown
You
shoes,
could hide
glow
your
sticks,
fingers
glow
in your
sticks?
pockets though.
Mhm.
Like if you could just be like casual. I love that blouse,
But
Janet.
then like your pockets are glowing, and it's kind of weird if your pants are glowing.
I think that's pretty groovy, honestly. But whatever.
All right.
Okay.
So how was your Halloween movie marathon?
12 hours.
12 hours?
12 hours. So we went in at 12 at midnight. We went in at midnight. We did.
Went in at midnight?
Went in at midnight.
And watched movies till noon the next day.
Till it actually ran an hour over because they mistook Alien for Aliens. So they played the sequel, which is a 3-hour long movie. So it ended up wrapping up and then they, in between each movie, they had a 5-minute intermission where they played, you get to go up, use the bathroom, get, concessions. And they played a pre-cut trailer made from 70s and 80s like monster B movies that were like kind of cheesy, but they cut it together so it was like kind of goofy and fun. And it was a hint for the next movie to come. So like Godzilla 1985 was one. It was so goofy.
So you didn't know the lineup of movies.
You only knew the first 2 movies, and then there's 7 altogether, and 7 movies back to back. And I went with 6 people. I was one of 2 that didn't fall asleep at all.
Really?
I just drank coffee and was like getting up, and I was doing Wim Hof breathing to stay awake. Dude, I was like, but it was a lot of fun. And towards the end, it becomes a mind game. It is like you're like, oh my god, like another. You just feel you finish Aliens, and they're like, Chud is up next. You're like, okay, cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. It's an 80s like schlocky B movie. It's actually a lot of fun. It's goofy. It's just fun, but it's not a good film by any means. So they had like good movies mixed in with like just like B movies that.
So why would you choose to do this?
Because I love movies, and my friends. I have friends who do it every year.
Really?
Every single year they go.
Did they play that one you made us watch last year that was horrible?
The Thing?
The Thing.
No,
yeah.
No. But that's regarded in a lot of circles as like one of the best science fiction movies ever made.
A lot of
Psycho
circles
or
are wrong.
Scream in there? Was Psycho, Scream,
that
any
is
of the
that
other
is
ones?
a gross out movie. What?
Psycho, Scream, any of the
No,
other ones
this year was monster movies. So they did creature features. So they had Creature from the Black Lagoon, American Werewolf in London, Aliens, Tremors, Chud, 8-Legged Freaks, and there's one that I'm missing. But
I don't think I've watched one of these
That
movies.
sounds terrible.
yeah, they're
I'd rather poke my eyeballs
why does
out.
it sound terrible?
Oh, I haven't heard of any of those movies. And
So they must be terrible if you haven't heard of it.
I mean, you're not the one to
Roasted
speak
them.
on
Struck a
movies
nerve.
and culture,
Yeah, like, or
music,
anything at
I
all.
struck a nerve there.
I'm mad now.
All right.
Ask
It's
him
fine.
about his
It's fine,
football
but-
lines on Hard Rock betting app. That's about all he's.
Oh
really
yeah,
asked
no,
for.
he only
Hey,
experiences
and real estate.
the world
I
through
clean-
sports. Really,
I cleaned up there.
You did. You had a good run. We both did.
Oh my god. Okay, before we get into sports betting,
Anyways, rate it, gents.
I had fun, guys. It's Halloween. I'm very excited. Nick has me doing a Twilight shoot tonight, but that's not his fault. We had bad weather last night, so I'm excited to get that nice. We're supposed to have a nice sunset,
Nice.
and I'm sure it's a lovely.
It's not going to impact your
A lovely
premiere, right?
family?
I feel
Yeah,
bad
what
that
time's your
you-
Halloween
Fine.
party?
Halloween party's at 7, so I'll
Oh,
shoot
you're plenty
over.
of time,
Yeah,
right?
and I'll be
Yeah.
fine. I'll be fine. So I'm excited to help out whoever that client is. That's what
Robin.
That's what I love to do. And yeah, so I'm going to say I'm going to give this one the first 10 out of 10, fellas.
This was not a 10 out of 10.
Had a great time. I'm having a great day.
Lauren
So it's
says this
subjective.
was a terrible
I don't
podcast.
give Lauren.
If you guys dressed up, it would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. If they dressed up, it
Wow.
would have been a 10. All right, maybe a 9.8. 9.8. I demoted it. Thank you, Lauren.
7-8.
Yeah, I was going to say like 7.2. It's certainly not our best work.
Not due to our guests, but I feel like the intro, outro, the questions that you put together were just kind of meh.
This is why I didn't.
my fault. My
The
fault.
questions.
The
Well, the
hypothetical.
first 2 were like not like I couldn't participate at all,
Yeah.
really. So
Yeah.
that did suck. Just don't use ChatGPT so much. Use your imagination. Have fun. Go wild. Tap into that inner kid again.
What's in that imagination? Like, what do you? What do
Yeah.
you?
What do you
dream about?
think of? What are you dating?
All right. We
Now
gotta
we're
go.
grilling him.
We have to wrap. Thank you, everybody. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you to Shore and Bank once again. Appreciate it. We'll be back from Vegas soon.
All right. Thank you. guys.
Viva Las Vegas.
And I'm gonna mute you guys. And we're out.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Shootin' the SHT. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. And if you enjoyed this content, please share it with others and leave us a rating and a review. Buying, selling, or want to connect with Nick and JT? Visit Slocum Home Team on Facebook and Instagram or slocumhometeam.com. We'll see you next time.